Good day, world. It's your boy Luca Bazooka here to talk to you today about Isco and the end of BBC. Now, I hope everybody had a good summer because I know I did. Even though I missed a couple games, I missed all the Super Cup matches and the season opener. Now, with BBC, this would be their fifth season together. Yeah, fifth season. That's 5 seasons where they have not gone, a good run of matches. Probably because Gareth Bale is always injured. Karim Benzema is, forever lukewarm. And then we always end up being left with Ronaldo to do everything. Now, with that happening over the course of seasons, that has led people to kind of, just call for that project to just end, call for it to be disbanded. It was everything we hoped for when, they were brought together in 13 to 14 season with Bale. And so far, it has not been anything we've seen. They're yet to go a good run of matches without anybody, dealing with any injuries or being out of form. I think that the best games that we've seen from them, from my point of view, is the Schalke match where they had two apiece, and there was a match versus Juventus, and the Sevilla match in the 13 to 14 season where they really kicked it off. Yeah, apart from that, it's been just injuries and lack of form. Now, that has also, again, like I've said before, it has, made people want to just, see it end. It's been over 4 seasons and they can't even go 2 months playing together for various reasons, which is where Isco comes in. If you've noticed, Isco has continued to just rise and rise. He hasn't given up. There's talks of him signing a contract extension, seeing as he has one more year left on his contract. And, he's continued to rise. He didn't give up, even in his debut season where he didn't play for months and Ancelotti had to convert him into a CM, central midfielder. He didn't give up. He fought his way back into the XI and ended up being one of Madrid's most utilized players under Ancelotti. And now under Zidane, even with Cruz, Casemiro, and Modric being, Madrid's starting midfield, Isco continues to fight his way in, along with Asensio, which is, I don't know, I went on Twitter and it looks like people are starting to ship around the new acronym CIA, which is Cristiano, Isco, and Asensio, due to the fact that those three, last longer than BBC. And as of this season, are more informed than Bale and Benzema. So people are kind of just calling for the heads of Bale and Benzema and, vouching for them to be benched and dropped in favor of Isco and Asensio. Now, as far as how that's going to work, I don't know. But, I have this, this is my own idea of how it can work. Obviously, one or both of Bale and Benzema have to be dropped because so far this season, Bale, in my opinion, is yet to have a good match. They're saying it's a psychological reason. He's not injured. He's not, playing with anything that's, hindering him. It's just a psychological thing. And from what I've seen, he only played good when Ronaldo came on the pitch during, I think, the last game of preseason. Aside from that, he's practically been nowhere to be found. And then there's Benzema. He was great against Barcelona. And then absolute disaster versus Valencia, where he missed numerous open goal chances. And that just kind of reminded everybody why there's so much ire towards him, why there's so much anger and just frustration towards him. Because he can put in these types of matches and he would still end up being Madrid's starting striker. But this season, it's looking like that might change due to Ronaldo saying, he wants to play more centrally. So maybe we could be seeing just Ronaldo and Benzema, or Ronaldo and Bale, or, Ronaldo and anyone. And Benzema might end up being used as a sub or rotation. Even though we have Mayoral coming from his crappy loan with Wolfsburg, where he practically rarely played ever. due to them just not using him at all, or for most of the majority of the season. But like I said, for that to happen, for Isco to be in the starting XI, again, one or both of Bale and Benzema have to be dropped. As of now, in my opinion, Benzema is still lukewarm. Like I've said, I've had my run criticizing him. I'm done. Tomorrow, he's still going to be great. And then the day after, he's going to be awful. I'm done. There's really not much I can say else. There's nothing new that I can say about Benzema anymore. But my problem now is, trying to incorporate Isco, because he's been our most informed player behind practically Ronaldo and our fullbacks and Kaylor. He's been our most informed, and I believe he needs to start. He needs to be in the, he needs to be a regular and not continue coming off the bench, because if he went to any other team, he'd be a starter week in, week out, and practically earning more money, doing his thing. But for some reason in Madrid, I guess maybe it's because he doesn't cost more than Bale. And, people are saying there's favoritism with Benzema and Zidane for whatever reason. But yeah, that's the only way that can happen, is if one or both of them gets dropped and Madrid continue to use the 4-4-2 with Isco playing behind Ronaldo and maybe Bale or Asensio up top somehow. And with that formation, I mean, the players can still be flexible. They can still go out on the wings, to spread play or stretch play and, add more width in case we're dealing with one of those teams that like to park the bus, and so on and so forth. And another thing I want to talk about today is I'm going to just do this briefly, because I honestly didn't care about this transfer or this all the rumors concerning this guy, Mbappe. Jesus Christ, 180 million for some 18-year-old that only had 6 good months of football in League One. Really? Anyways, I'm happy that didn't go through. From, the numerous reports, it's like Madrid were going to pay that transfer fee, but then, they say they offered him 120K from I'm going off reports from various Madrid forums. I don't trust AS Marca and any of those guys. And they said he was offered 120K, a good paycheck, because he's a pretty big name. But then PSG come in and practically just triple it to 320. So now he's going to be one of the highest earning players in world football at the age of 18. Plus, they also met his transfer fee. I don't know if it's a loan deal with option to buy, or which means at the end of it they have to buy him from Monaco. Seeing as this would be his last season, and then he'd be a free agent. So, kudos to PSG, though. They have a very good project there with Neymar and now Mbappe, and a very good midfield, plus Di Maria. So I hope they, go far in the Champions League this season. That's if financial fair play doesn't see anything wrong with what, the crazy the crazy summer that they've had with getting Neymar and Mbappe in one window. That's crazy. But it reminds me of the 2009 transfer window, where we got Ronaldo, Kaká, Benzema, Xabi Alonso, and all in one damn window. But yeah, I'm happy this didn't happen, because I've said it before, Mbappe needs consistency. Mbappe does not have consistency. This is his first ever breakout season. We don't know. I mean, we cannot look back on his track record and be like, okay, yes, he's going to, he can follow this up next season. There's nothing back in that other than, he had a breakout season. I pray and I hope, he continues to succeed, and maybe eventually we get him away from PSG if possible. By then, his transfer fee is probably going to be ridiculous. But that's if he, he does well. But then again, we also have Vinicius Jr. down in Brazil, who Madrid paid 45 mil for. So if we had gotten Mbappe, who's only 18, and Vinicius is 16, 17, I don't know how that's gonna help his growth, considering the starting role for strikers in Madrid. That's if and Uncle Flo decides to still keep Benzema for whatever scientifically unknown reason. But I'm gonna end it here. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm out.